Hello wrestling fans, this is Kevin Hellions, and welcome to another edition of Hellions Wrestling. As you can see, we have the March 3rd, 2009 edition of ECW, starting off with Kane against the Boogeyman. Now, the reason I'm discussing this match is, as you know from reading the internet, which, if you're watching this, if you're watching me, you read internet wrestling news. But as you know, the Boogeyman was released this week from his WWE contract. WWE wishes Marty Wright, the Boogeyman, best in all future endeavors. Seen this before, seen it many times. Manu was released this week as well. It happens. Now the difference is, he had a competitive match against Kane, who is in the upper echelon of stars in WWE. Not quite A, not quite B, about an A- level, B+ star. But Boogeyman had a competitive match with him, and also, if we can believe everything we read online, which most have some, the Boogeyman retains the rights to the Boogeyman character. Very interesting. So that means, not that gentleman, but the other gentleman, does not have to become Magic Man or Mr. Boogie or, I don't know, Worm Eater Man. Sound like I'm talking Legion of Superheroes here. But he doesn't have to change his name to entirely change his persona. He can still be the Boogeyman. You can go to a local independent wrestling show that Chris Jericho may mock, all these stars that can't pass the torch and retire. You know what? I'm still going to pay $20 to see some of these old stars. But you can go to one of these shows and see the Boogeyman. Possibly, you could be at TNA and see the Boogeyman. Or Ring of Honor. Doubtful, but it's conceivable. Because he retains the rights to the character. Now, this is surprising. It's also surprising how quick that match is as I'm talking. Believe me, when I was watching it didn't seem to go by that quickly. But anyways, the Boogeyman's retaining the rights. Now, what I thought while watching this match, it was very interesting seeing Kane and Boogeyman and their interactions. I wish there could have been more matches or maybe a feud between the two of them while Boogeyman was still under WWE contract. Not that Boogeyman's a great wrestler. He's adequate. He knows enough to get by. And he has an outstanding gimmick. But it's interesting because he's big enough and creepy enough to be considered a monster in wrestling. You know, we have monsters. We have like Kane. You know, anytime Kane and Big Show or Kane and Undertaker square off, it's exciting. Not that it leads to a great match, but it's like seeing giants wrestle. It's interesting. It's something new and different. It's not something you see every day. Boogeyman is creepy enough that he could fall into that character, into that spot there as a monster. Now, on the previous Jump the Smarks internet podcast that we used to do here at Hellions, and talking amongst friends and other wrestling fans, I would love to see a Monsters title. TNA has their Monsters Ball match about once a year. I would like to see some independent federation start a Monsters belt. You just need to be big or fat or both, or seriously messed up in the head with a gimmick, and you could join this Monsters group. So big guys, fat guys, or just fucked up guys. I'd be excited to see that. It could be violent, it could be ridiculous, it could be whatever it needs to be. It's a monster title. And yes, it would be a monster title. It'd have to be. But anyways, I just want to say, even though Boogeyman was released, if you see him at an independent show coming up in your area, it'd be very interesting to see him. I think that the potential for the Boogeyman character still has years and years to it. We'll probably see him show up in WWE, like one of those special appearance things, one of those, wow, where was he? What's going on? Why is he here? And then he's gone a week later, but, you know, it's cool to see. A little cameo appearance. But we finally, I feel, have found a spot for the Boogeyman, and now it's too late, and he's gone. So, just my little 2 cents on that. We'll continue to talk about ECW here a little more on Hellions Wrestling.